Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like the British are joining Sweet Baby Inc. Can't exactly say I'm very shocked by this because we have a headline here from Fandom Pulse that reads BBC's Jules Hardy calls for the purge against gamers opposing Sweet Baby Inc.'s forced DEI. Now, again, the BBC, all that is, and I'm sorry, Eric, if you're watching this, you might confuse BBC for what you love every night, but still, the BBC is simply just the government, the British government, utilizing the network BBC to push their own ideology. I mean, really, they're just an arm of the British government. But the BBC, really, after they destroyed Doctor Who recently and getting completely roasted for that and tried to claim harassment, all this other stuff, all this nonsense, they are prime examples of what will happen when you give certain entities way too much power. So let's get into this article, guys, from Fandom Pulse. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says, in a show of force from institutionalized power, the BBC gaming presenter Jules Hardy weighed in on the ongoing scandal surrounding Sweet Baby Inc. advocating for what she calls a final purge of ideological opponents within the gaming community. Now, I've always said that the end game for these people are going to be massive erasure of anybody that disagrees with them, right? Even people who try to be in the middle, even people like I know a lot of people who basically, I don't want to call them fence sitters, but they ride in the middle, right? They agree with some things, they disagree with some others, but they don't really have a hardcore take that's going to put them on one side or the other. Even those people who are riding the middle are going to get removed from this scene. They're going to try everything they can to purge the gaming community of people who disagree with forced DEI. And it's going to be a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's going to probably shock you how many people get purged, but ultimately, there is a lot of people that are going to pretend as if they agree with this nonsense just to keep their job, because a lot of them are scared, and rightfully so. I understand. I get that. But still, let's not pretend like there's not a lot of people that are in the industry that are actively fighting against this nonsense, because you got to think, who's the one that leaks all of these Zoom calls? Who's the one that leaks all of these internal documents? Who's the one that does all these things in a woke industry when they feel like they don't have a voice? It's going to be people who are fighting on the inside, and they're incapable of actually being able to say so publicly because they don't want to lose their job. I get it. So it says BBC gaming presenter Jules Hardy, known for her roles as host of the Top Gear gaming show and the gaming show, posted her support for institutionalized oppression of ideological opponents on X in response to a tweet from the subversive DEI narrative consultation company Black Girl Gamers. Now, you guys know who Black Girl Gamers is. We've done videos on them prior. They're the ones that ruined Forspoken and ended up making that entire situation just completely explode to the point where the company shut down, right? So the Black Girl Gamers, they're one of those consultation companies that everybody wants to shill for on the mainstream, even though they basically, instead of having companies they worked with, when they list companies, it's more like their hit list. So like, who did they kill? XYZ company, you know what I mean? But Jules Hardy is one of those people that when they're given power, they're going to absolutely abuse it, right? They want to remove, and a lot of people like this, on their space, they think like this, they want to ban speech. They want to actively remove people who disagree with them. They want to live in an echo chamber. They're the first ones to say you are in an echo chamber, and yet they're the ones who want to ban anybody who disagrees with them, wants to remove anybody who disagrees with them. Guaranteed it'll get to a point where they want to lock up people who disagree with them, and then you're in an echo chamber. Simple as that. I mean, they're basically already in an echo chamber as it is, because the gaming industry all thinks like this, right? Or even if they don't think like this, they hide it, which is what I was saying before in the video. It says, retweeting a now deleted post from user Becky bunch of numbers, who accused Black Girl Gamers of collaborating with Sweet Baby Inc. and promoting forced diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, which they said was racist. The post on X read, "Black Girl Gamers, you wanted to defend Sweet Baby Inc. with all you could possibly," wrote the user. "Well, here is your page because you wanted to finish Sweet Baby Inc. when I know that you both work together on projects and forced DEI is nothing more than racism." Black Girl Gamers responded by asserting that they have never worked with Sweet Baby Inc., labeling the accusations as racist assumptions. "We really got you pressed by just existing. We've never worked with Sweet Baby Inc. You all saw black in consulting and decided that we all work together. Sounds like racism, but we're not stopping, so have fun." Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to be very clear where I stand on this just existing nonsense, okay? If somebody has to tell you that they're just existing then guess what? They're not just existing. If somebody is just existing, what are they going to do? They're going to go about their life, and they're not going to be constantly screaming in someone's face about how they're just existing and how everybody's mad that they're just existing. That's not just existing. That is being annoying. You are actively in someone's face 24/7 telling them that you're just existing. You're not. That's not what that means. And it seems like it's mostly black people and trans people that have this idea where they can constantly scream in someone's face about just existing. And then when you push back on it, like, hey, I get it. You exist. I already knew that for decades. Let's stop pretending here. They want to get mad because you didn't bend the knee. You know what I mean? So it's just ridiculous what's happening online right now, but we all talk about it every single day because that's what we do, right, Eric? It says, in response to this exchange, BBC gaming presenter Jules Hardy retweeted Black Girl Gamer's post and called for a final purge of gamers critical of DEI-focused consultation companies within the industry. BBC gaming presenter Jules Hardy framed this as a necessary step to cleanse the gaming community of what she perceives as toxic elements hindering process. So this is her main tweet right here, where she quote tweeted Black Girl Gamers. Can we agree that for a round 2 of this, it can be the final purge of these kind of gamers? It's 2024. I've been arguing about this for decades. Can we have at least full detox of these dudes so we can go back to the positive gaming community we have been creating? You haven't been creating anything positive. Literally zero positive. You are the reason why there is so much negativity right now in the gaming scene. You want to come out with political ideology in a space where it's not needed and not wanted. People actively tell you, hey, we don't want this, and then you constantly keep doing it, and then you poke the beehive and wonder why you got stung. It's just, it's they all do this. I don't understand. Hollywood gaming, they all do this. This is not from a place of actual like mental sanity. These people are insane. Jules Hardy call for a final purge reflects a broader trend of using institutionalized power to silence dissenting voices within the gaming community, particularly those opposed to forced DEI initiatives. This highlights ongoing tensions surrounding forced inclusivity and representation in games that adds nothing to the quality of games. In fact, quite the opposite if one considers a recent string of game failures where companies like Sweet Baby Inc. were involved. Now, my boy Grums over here, shout out to Grums, he made a post over here on Twitter. Let me read it for you. It says, Gamergate 2 just got real. Too real. The BBC are now calling for a final purge if you oppose Sweet Baby Inc. The mask is off. This is a cultural revolution. It's do or die. I agree 100%. People want to pretend as if this is not happening. They want to put their heads into the sand and hope that it just doesn't affect them, right? If you're in the gaming scene, if you're in the culture scene, the pop culture scene, if you're enjoying movies, TV shows, entertainment, games, all that, realize that the Marxists have taken over your stuff. The Marxists have absolutely, for the last decade or more, slowly but surely taken over your means of entertainment, and now they're going to try to not only just convert you, but if they can't convert you, they will destroy you. They will get rid of you any way you can. I know it sounds extreme, I get it, but I promise you, that is absolutely what's happening. Slowly but surely, and it's because we ignored them. It's because the general populace didn't pay attention that now they have the power that they do, that they have positions in certain gaming institutions that allows them to make these decisions with forced DEI. They'll profit off of it from ESG, and then they don't care if the game succeeds or not because ultimately their companies are funded by government money anyway. Look at all these consultancy firms that work on these games. Where are they funded? They're funded from the Canadian government 9 times out of 10. Weird Ghost, Baby Ghost, Gamma Space, Sweet Baby Inc., Infinite Ammo Inc., like all these companies are funded by the Canadian government, ladies and gentlemen, and they all then take that money and refund each other, and it's DEI blood money. It's just a circle of money coming from the government itself. There are some companies in the USA that are also funded by the government. So when you look deep into it and you follow the money, you'll have people that are either ignorant to the situation or so desperately want this ideology to be real that they'll tell me I'm the conspiracy theorist. But ultimately, I know that where you follow the money is where you're going to lead to the truth. And the truth is, this is absolutely DEI blood money that's being circulated through these companies. And it's only going to get worse from here as long as people stop fighting, which we're not going to. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.